You probably clicked on this video because you believe that you want to achieve a certain degree of success in your life, whether it is in your health, in your business, in your love life, in your own self-development, whatever it is. We always seek success. The human species always seeks to reach a certain goal, a certain level. This is a constant cycle when we keep trying to seek more and more. When we reach our goals, we seek further things. The truth about success is that it is not additive. In fact, it is subtractive. You might be completely shocked by this statement, but it is the truth. You may say, oh yeah, success gives me money, success gives me these feelings and gives me this and that. Success in my love life gives me a romantic partner. The true loss about it is the old version of yourself. It is the biggest shift that will come with success. It's not about the wins. It's about that loss, that transformation from the old self into the new self. And you also don't need to seek success and abundance because it is within you. Always. You can find it within yourself. I like to think of the metaphor that you may only see the sky from the ground that you stand on, right? And depending on the day, the sky can seem gray, right? Sometimes you wake up, your days, they just feel gray. On the inside, you may have more pessimistic, negative thoughts. However, just because you're standing in this perspective and you're looking at the sky and you only see the gray clouds, doesn't mean the sky is gray. The sky isn't gray. The gray isn't all there is. There is more to it. It's just covering all of it up. The sky is actually blue. The sky was always blue. And we all know that blue sky means good weather and sunshine. We associate a clear sky with positive energy. That can relate back to the inside of you. If you cannot see beyond yourself and beyond whatever you tell yourself you are, and if you only believe all the thoughts within your head, then you aren't seeing your full self. Because you aren't your thoughts. Your thoughts are literal programs based on your experiences. There is more behind you than just your thoughts. And sometimes you can agree you aren't your thoughts, okay? You may not even agree with all of your thoughts, right? Sometimes your thoughts may feel like, literally, what the fuck am I even thinking? It's like, no, it's not you specifically thinking. It's your programs playing based on whatever synapse is connected. And we tend to repeat the same thoughts every single day, literally. And we have so many thoughts in a day. There are estimates of around from 6,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day. And most of them just happen per default, right? Sometimes you just catch yourself thinking of something and you're like, holy how did I even start thinking about this right now? It just came from nowhere, right? But it isn't from nowhere. It's from that neural network within your brain that was literally formed through your experiences, through your past, through your behaviors, through your habits, through your identity, through the people in your life. Everything that has happened to you has brought you to your thoughts. Every thought you believed strengthened it, because belief strengthens the thought, and that thought forms into your truth. However, it is not the truth. So if you're truly seeking success, pause for a moment and realize that it's not about the seeking. It's not about the putting in the effort, the action. Yes, that can be part of the process, but it's not the one thing that drives it. The one thing that will drive that process is you. And if you do not believe in yourself, if you do not believe in the process of it, you won't get there. Your brain will program you against it. If your body, if your nervous system does not feel safe with that type of success, you won't attract it into your life. It's as simple as that. You might experience things within your body, whether it is hesitation, procrastination, laziness, anxiety. Whenever you start taking action towards that goal or that success that you're seeking, it will confuse you. And that is because you are literally not used to this. This is unfamiliar ground to you. That type of success has never ever occurred in your life, right? So you have never experienced it. So your body, your nervous system doesn't know what it's like. It's unfamiliar ground, and what does unfamiliar ground signal to your brain? It signals danger. Anything that is unfamiliar has the potential of danger, and the evolutionary function of your brain is to protect you and to help you survive in nature, obviously. But if you are not in a place where you need to truly survive with food, water, and a shelter, then there is nothing for your nervous system to technically to put you in that fight or flight mode, because you are safe. You have everything you ever need. But the brain is trained to put you in that type of state whenever you enter unfamiliar ground, because any potential danger could be there, and it's trying to protect you. And you should thank it. You should be like, okay, thanks, but I don't need you. I can protect myself. Thank you. I will regulate you, and we can move on. Now, most people don't even know that their nervous system just is not capable of adjusting to that level of success, especially if you're growing from this and aiming for that. That is a high jump. You need to work step by step higher and make your nervous system and brain believe that it's slowly possible to see that success. Same thing happens when you just set a goal or a habit for yourself. And if it's like suddenly you weren't doing sports for, let's just say, 3 years straight, and then suddenly you tell yourself, I'm gonna go to the gym every single day. I'm going to be running 30 minutes in the morning. I'm going to be doing this, that, dieting, whatever it is. Do you think you would truly manage that? Going from nothing to everything. Your brain is going to work against you. It's not programmed to follow those habits. It has followed other habits that brought you to this reality. So how should it normalize something like this? It simply can't do that on its own. And that's where you come in. You need to work with yourself step by step. So there are 3 things you should focus on: subconscious reprogramming, neuroplasticity, and nervous system regulation. Number 1 was neuroplasticity. Why is neuroplasticity important? Neuroplasticity is basically the biological mechanism for personal growth. It allows you to learn, adapt, and reshape your thoughts, behaviors, and emotional patterns throughout your life. And as we know, you are the creator of your own reality. Life doesn't happen to you, life happens from you. The more you work on your neuroplasticity, the easier it will be to shift your self-concept and therefore your reality. Now, here are the things that can harness your neuroplasticity. Number 1, constantly expose your brain to novelty. Try new things. Do things your brain is not used to. For example, as simple as taking the stairs instead of the lift, or brushing your teeth with your left hand and not with your right hand, learning new languages, instruments, whatever. It all promotes the formation of new connections within your brain. Next is regular exercise. Regular physical exercises supports the production of a protein, which then supports the growth of new connections within your brain and strengthens the already existing synaptic connections. The third point is prioritizing your sleep. You know this, we all know this, but somehow none of us are truly prioritizing it. Some of us are, but a lot of us aren't. Sleep is literally the most important thing for your brain ever, for your body. You can go longer without food, without water, than going without sleep. That is the number 1 factor that supports your life. Next is managing stress, because stress obviously decreases the neuroplasticity within your brain. Stress does a lot of other things to your body. We all know stress is the worst thing we could possibly do to ourselves physically, and still we are constantly stressed. Therefore, I believe that everyone needs to regulate their nervous system in whatever way works for them. Just to give you a quick rundown of what stress can do to your body. Stress can cause anxiety, depression, sleeping problems, high blood pressure, heart disease, a weakened immune system, digestive issues, muscle tension, headaches, skin problems. It can even impact reproductive health. It also increases the risk of a stroke or a heart attack. There can be symptoms such as fatigue, weight changes, hair loss, teeth grinding. All of this is literally your body degrading. If that doesn't show you that you should regulate your stress, I don't know what will. The last thing that harnesses neuroplasticity is nurturing your social connections. Engaging in meaningful, keyword meaningful, social interactions. This stimulates our brain and supports our cognitive health. The next of the 3 key points that I mentioned was regulating your nervous system. And there are so many ways of doing it. And obviously you need to find the way that works for you, because every person is different. Some people might like some things that other people don't like as much. Number 1, deep breathing usually works for everyone. Number 2, mindfulness and meditation. Number 3, if you've never heard of it, maybe Google it. It's called EFT tapping. I really like it, and I could definitely recommend it. I've heard that many people have gained such amazing results from it. Gentle movement like stretching or yoga can release tension and signal safety to your body. Another thing that I heard a lot of people like doing to fall asleep, it helps them fall asleep, is progressive muscle relaxation. What it is basically you tense up and then relax different groups of muscles in your body, and you progressively go from up to down or from down to up, whatever works for you. And since your body stores all of that stress and negative energy, this can really help release any tension within your body. Of course, also nature literally heals so much, and I feel like this isn't talked about enough. This is a very small thing, but it can help a lot of people out there that struggle with stress, anxiety, or just like a constant feeling of fight or flight in your body. Get yourself a weight blanket, because that will truly activate your parasympathetic system. And if you don't know what that is basically the opposite of the fight or flight. It's the rest and digest system. So it basically calms down your nervous system after it was in fight or flight. There are so many videos out there with meditation, sounds, affirmation, whatever works for you. You can definitely find it on the internet somewhere. Then again, your lifestyle matters so much, including your sleep. And it's not just about sleeping enough, it's also about not going on your phone first thing in the morning or right before you go to bed, because that decreases your quality of sleep. It's not just about the quantity of sleep, it's also about the quality of sleep. Then again, what can help your nervous system is literally social connection. Spending time with supportive people or even your pets can truly improve your mental health. Next is obviously hydration and nutrition, all of it. Just the simple habits in your life can truly help you relieve your whole nervous system. One of the very, very important points that I think is not talked about enough at all is that you should genuinely just slow down while you do things in your daily life. Brush your teeth slowly. Do your skincare slowly. Take a shower slowly, and truly be in the process of it. Don't rush to get somewhere else, because we are constantly in a rush to do this, to do that, to go there. Slow down. And if you say that you don't have the time, wake up earlier. Make sure you go to bed early enough, get the quality sleep so you can wake up early enough to have a slow morning before you have to get somewhere. Because that truly calms down your whole system. If you wake up and you have a rushed routine, do you think your brain will get used to calmness? No, your brain will constantly be in this rush and this stress and this I have to get somewhere, I have to do this, I have to do that, and not just sometimes calm down and be in the present moment and just literally just be. And the last key point that I mentioned was subconscious reprogramming. And why it's also the last point that I'm mentioning is because first we were focusing on the foundation before we come to the transformation. And the transformation is that subconscious reprogramming, because your subconscious is basically creating your reality the whole time. It's influencing so many decisions in your day that you don't even realize you're taking, because it's your subconscious controlling it and not your conscious mind. So the purpose of subconscious reprogramming is to reprogram yourself into a new identity, and that obviously ties in with neuroplasticity, as well as also calming down your nervous system to be okay with that shift. Now here are my tips on subconscious reprogramming. Number 1, you need to start being aware of your limiting beliefs. Listen to how you're talking to yourself, about others, about money, about success, about love, about men, about women, whatever it is. Listen to yourself and realize, what do I believe? And is this belief actually expanding me, or is it limiting me? Because if I, for example, would just say, all men out there are trash, do you think I will find the right man? No, my brain will think all men are trash. So will I find love? Probably not, because my brain is literally going to search for the evidence that men are trash. So I will find something to hate on in every single man I would see. Another way to identify your limiting beliefs, because sometimes you aren't fully aware of them and you might consciously tell yourself, yeah, I believe in love, I believe that I can be financially abundant, I believe that this and this and that can happen, but your subconscious doesn't actually. There are limiting beliefs stuck based on the experiences you have gone through in the past, and they are all lying in your subconscious. Now, how do you recognize that? While you are speaking your new beliefs that you want to program into your subconscious, or while you're saying affirmations, notice how you feel in your body. If there is tightness in your chest, if there is a sort of uneasy feeling in your body, there is something behind it. And that is your subconscious mind that doesn't believe that that is true. Because your body and your subconscious mind are very tightly connected. So that is the very, very first step of subconscious reprogramming, because you can't reprogram yourself without knowing your own programs. After you have identified those limiting beliefs that are getting in the way of your success, you need to reprogram them and install the new beliefs that are serving that success, that new reality, that desired reality you have. Now, there are several ways to do it, and there is no technique that is the best or is the one that is going to get you there. It is truly based on you and what you believe will help you the most, but also whatever feels the most right to you. There are people that can easily, for example, visualize things and visualize themselves becoming this new person and just replaying that in their mind. Some people hate doing that. So I already mentioned the first step to subconsciously reprogram yourself is to constantly visualize yourself within that identity, and not just visualize everything you have materialistically speaking or how your reality looks like, but more how your reality in this new version feels like. What feelings does this give you? In your visualization, it's not just about the visual aesthetics, it's about that feeling. And what helps is actually to truly feel it with all the 5 senses. Visualize yourself experiencing that moment, that success with all your 5 senses. And another thing that is really important is doing this right before falling asleep and right after waking up. To simply explain this, it is when your conscious thoughts are closest to your subconscious mind. Those thoughts pull easier into your subconscious mind. So whatever you tell yourself right before you fall asleep and right after you wake up is what it really programs your subconscious the fastest, because your brain is in this theta brainwave, which programs your subconscious the most. You might have heard of Neville Goddard. If you haven't, Google him. It is truly amazing whatever he talks about, and this is also part of it. And I can say out of my own experience that I have seen significant changes by doing that right before falling asleep and right after waking up. You don't necessarily have to visualize in those moments in time. You can also affirm things. You can say affirmations in your mind and your thoughts. Whatever you're replaying within your mind right in those moments will truly pull into your subconscious. Next, I also think journaling is a great option. However, it is not just journaling it once and then never seeing it again. It is journaling it and really journaling that process of the reprogramming and then reading it through every day. And I'll explain in a second how to actually journal. I have my journal right here, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So first things first, you have to pick a topic. What topic in your life where you think you might have subconscious limiting beliefs? What aspect or topic of your life do you want to change where those limiting beliefs are? Now, pick that topic, and then I want you to ask ChatGPT to basically generate sentences that aren't yet finished, right? If you are seeking financial abundance and you believe that you have limiting thoughts within that aspect of your life, ask ChatGPT, and these are some of the sentences that ChatGPT might give you. Money always makes me feel, and then there's a blank. Or people with money are blank. And it is not about like truly thinking, okay, what do I want to reprogram myself to believe? It is really answering, like finishing the sentence just based on the first thought you get when reading it. Like, how does your brain automatically finish the sentence? If I had more money, I would lose blank, and then fill in the gaps. There is going to be a lot of sentences you can generate, and just see what ChatGPT gives you and see what your mind comes up with immediately. Write those all down, make it a list. Those are your limiting beliefs within that aspect of your life. You go belief by belief, and you might end up writing around maybe 10 to 20 beliefs down. Definitely go for a minimum of 5 within one aspect of your life. Now write down that limiting belief as like the title of your page. And then now truly look at it, read it through, and then while you're doing that, you write down, when I believe this, I feel. And then describe how your body feels when you're truly like, read it through and truly believe that belief. And then explain how your body feels. Because that basically describes the emotion that is tied with that limiting belief. Is this limiting belief coming out of fear? Then you might feel fear in your body. Next, what you do is you write down where you learned this belief from. So I learned this belief from, and then you might not know the answer immediately, but just think about it. Who told me this? When did I hear this belief for the first time? Was it from my friends, from my family, from people in my country, from people in my school, from people at work? Where did I hear this the first time? And then you write down at what age this belief got installed into you. And then you're going to write, at that time, this belief helped me by, and then you're going to say what this belief gave you. Was it protecting you? Was it giving you a sense of stability, sense of comfort? One side is going to say, this belief protected me from, and the other side is going to say, this belief costs me. And then you're basically going to outweigh what like this belief is genuinely helping you with versus what it's costing you. And it's definitely costing you that desire that you have, that success in a specific aspect of your life. Write down all the different things that it would cost you within that area. And then you write a finalizing statement where you say, I used to believe that blank, and then you write down what you used to believe, because, and then you write down why you used to believe that, what this belief actually protected you from or gave you. And then you're going to say, but now I am open to the idea that blank, and then you write down the new belief you want to install. Now this is a very lengthy process because you really have to work through belief by belief, and it takes time to figure out what it's truly protecting you from and what it's truly costing you. But then you need to really read these things every day. Remind yourself what it costs you versus what it was trying to protect you from. That's going to reprogram your brain to believe that it is safe to believe this new belief and release the limiting belief. Again, me giving you this advice is literally pointless if you won't be consistent with it, because identity shifts can take years to actually fully happen. It also depends very much on you and how easy it is for you to reprogram yourself. Change happens over time and not overnight. And of course, it's also not linear. Change and progress is not linear. But you have to ignore the ups and downs, because if you're going to go with the ups and downs, you're going to constantly find yourself with the highs and lows of life. You won't see the change over time. You will just think, oh, I had a great day. Oh shit, now it's a bad day. Or this is like the worst year of my life. Oh, wait, it kind of gets good. Oh shit, I just went through a divorce and this and this and this happened in my life. I'm depressed. This is horrible. I hate my life. If you're going to go with the actual dynamic of life, you're never going to truly feel the progression over time. And that progression is happening, and it depends on you and where you put yourself. And yes, there are highs and lows, and I'm not saying you should not feel sad if something happens in your life where it truly evokes that sadness in you. Emotions should be felt, but they should be regulated. That doesn't mean numbing. Numbing emotions is worse than even overexpressing them. It is better to express something rather than to suppress it. Thinking that numbing your emotions makes you cool or makes you strong is stupid, because it isn't. You are strong for feeling your emotions. And to really, really be strong, you need to be able to work through them and regulate them and know that they are just passing by and they're not here forever, because they're not. And if you believe they're here forever, of course they're going to stick around, because you're basically inviting them over to stay forever. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something new. Please don't just watch this for entertainment purposes or because you're trying to gain all the knowledge in the world before actually starting. Start now. I give you so much information. Just start. You don't need more information. If you want to research a couple of things I mentioned, do it, but you don't need to go through all of YouTube, all of TikTok, all of Instagram, everywhere to find the right method. The right method is within you, and it needs to be initiated by you. No one else is going to do that for you. So start now. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will be posting more of this kind of content. Let me know what you're interested in. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I wasn't too tough on you. I love you all.